Hello, darling mortals. My name is Liliana, also known as the Trans Fiendling, and today we are going to be starting my series on my favorite game series in the history of gaming. No contest. As much as I love many other things, Elder Scrolls, Guild Wars 2, Warframe, Dishonored holds a special place in my heart because Dishonored is so important to me. I changed my undergrad major due to that. This will be a fun playthrough, not a try-hard playthrough, and I say that I'm going to be going with very hard, and this looks good for me. The main difference for this time is I don't intend on quick loading every time I make a mistake like I'm accustomed to doing. Returning home. You have just returned from a journey of several months, visiting the other nations in the Empire to ask for aid in dealing with the rat plague. You must deliver their diplomatic responses to the Empress, whom you serve as Lord Protector.
Corvo, if only there was someone else I trusted to send, so that you could remain near. But there is no one else. And the Spy Master was right to insist that I send you.
Was he? Seems sketchy to me. Spy Master sus.
The plague has taken so many, and we must find a cure. When you are near, my heart is at peace.
Well, darling Empress, I'll put it at rest once more soon.
Emily and I will count the days until you return. Hurry home, and bring good news.
I shall do my best.
Steady hand. That's it. Watch it. Hand off line. Passing off. We're away. Take us straight to Dunwall Tower. Lord Corvo has news for the Empress, and we've come a long way.
Well, if you insist. Must admit, in a bit of a rush, I'm rather excited to see the Empress.
Superstition. For all we know, there's a cure for the plague by now.
Maybe. We live in strange
I certainly
times.
hope you're correct.
Sending the Empress's bodyguard away for a couple of months. That's unusual.
Well, this was important. We need help with the rat plague.
Hopefully, I will bring good news, good tidings, and aid for our wonderful city. For our empire.
Oh, there! We're going up.
Also, for this series, I will be intending on doing either 30 minutes or one mission per episode, whichever is shorter, as these are intended to be my shorter series. That, and with the being broken into chunks of missions, that seems a very good cutoff point. This one might be a little bit longer, because I'm going to do the intro plus the first mission.
The Empress will be waiting for your news, Corvo.
As mentioned before, normally I play this very much so. While I'm not a tryhard, I would say, I do enjoy getting the ghost achievement with every... Emily!
Will you tell me about your trip, please? Were there any whales? Wait! Let's play hide and seek first. I'll cover my eyes and you hide. You have time? Mother's busy talking to that nasty old spy master.
I'll absolutely play tag with you.
Okay, here we go.
But yes, normally I really enjoy getting the ghost achievement. It gives me serotonin, but for sake of repetition being boring, I will just be trying to, I will just be going through without quick saving and quick loading every time I'm going to do something stupid. Now, I might reload because I die, however.
Will you give me more climbing lessons? Let's see if you're still good at this. I'll hide my eyes and count.
I am ashamed to say I did not realize this was an actual minigame you could do at first, and I thought it was just an optional thing. So I've only done this a couple of times. Will you, though? Will you, Emily? Let's see. Come on. Let's see if you're remembering what I've taught you so far. I don't know why it took that so intensely. I guess I was just expecting it to be harder. Jesus Christ. Lady Emily Caldwin.
Mother told me that your trip was important.
You deserve so much better than what's about to befall you, small child. There aren't many fictional characters that I actually have emotional investment in, but I would,
Stop moving, Campbell. And you,
for sake of
Corvo,
YouTube,
welcome
do a
back.
lot of things for Emily Caldwin.
Wherever you've been. They sent him all around the Isles to beg for aid. A waste of time. My elixir will banish the plague from this city. Now keep still a moment, High Overseer Campbell.
It's not my fault that all of you have failed to do things just yet.
I'm not so sure that painting looks like Campbell.
What are you doing? I need the bottle to draw the eye away from Campbell. I suppose I can paint him without the cider, though in truth he is always close to the stuff.
Oh. Good to
Saw
know.
my improvements to the waterlock.
Yeah, that was really cool, not gonna lie. That whole... I think at least, that sort of technology is used, like, actually in the real world. That was still cool to see, because that was my first time seeing something like that. Whenever I saw that first in this game.
Strengthen our faith. High Overseer, I must ask you to hold your pose.
No foreigner can save us from the consequences of our corrupt society. No fancy elixirs either.
So I'm going to be doing my best at least to not speak over the dialogue, because this game is phenomenal.
Remember, to every man his choice, to every man his fate.
I'm also bugging him because if I remember right, Antov will eventually get pissed and be like, alright, I'm taking a break.
Say what you will, this plague has brought the faithful to our doors.
Well, I could find better doors to go to.
Remember, to every man his choice, to every man his fate.
Maybe use just this.
Corvo, please. I can't see him.
That's fair. Also, I don't want to bother you that much. You're really cool, actually.
She'll see you at once.
Okay. Hi again,
Later, will
Emily.
you show me that TYVIA chokehold like you promised? I won't tell Mother.
I will absolutely teach you how to defend yourself, little one.
It's been good traveling with you, Corvo.
You're really cool. I like you. Oh! You! Oh.
Have you ever met my niece Callista? She's getting more beautiful every year.
I've played this game so many times, some of you will understand why I'm suddenly like, oh. I didn't realize I actually interacted with this person before. Fun.
Mother's going to be happy. She missed you.
Thank you, Emily. I'm excited to see her too.
Hello, my lord.
Though I'm also...
They're sick people, not criminals.
We've gone beyond that question, Your Majesty.
They're my citizens, and we will save them from the plague if we can. All of them.
Very well.
We will not speak of this again.
Mother, Corvo is back.
Thank you, Emily. Leave us, please.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
You are a slime, and I...
Corvo. 2 days early. Full of surprises, as usual.
You can go fuck yourself.
It's a fair wind that brings you home to me. What news have you brought?
I can see time has not made you any less wonderful, Empress Jessamine. Despite having seen many mortals, she's still one of my favorites.
I hoped that one of the other cities had dealt with this before, knew of some cure. This news is very bad. We're at the breaking point. Cowards. They're going to blockade us. They'll wait to see if the plague turns the city into a graveyard.
Are you okay, Mother? You seem sad.
Yes, don't worry, darling. Mother is fine. Wait, where are the guards? Who sent them away?
Mother, look! What are they doing on the rooftop?
What? Emily, come here!
You all can fuck off and get away from... You all can get away from my Lady Empress.
Look out! Another one! Corvo, thank you. If you hadn't been here... No more! Not again! Mommy! No! Get away from her! Corvo! Mommy! Get away! Corvo!
I'm coming for each and every one of you.
Corvo, it's all coming apart. Find Emily. Protect her. You're the only one who'll know what to do. Won't you? Corvo.
Don't worry. I'll take care of her, Jessica.
Mortisol, look at what he's done.
Yes, he's killed the Empress. What did you do with young Lady Emily, traitor?
Her own bodyguard. Ironic.
I'll see you beheaded for this, Corvo.
Yeah, you'll fucking try. I don't know what you mean by emotionally attached to this game. Ugh. Yeah, no, my undergrad major went from general animation to interactive story design, which is fancy at college talk for tabletop and video game story writing. Yeah, I wonder shall.
This is your final chance, Corvo. Sign the confession and let me give you the rights to put your spirit at ease.
Why don't you go fuck yourself?
That's enough for now. Get out. Let's give the man some time to think.
Think about how I'm going to get rid of you two?
The Empress is dead. Her daughter Emily is hidden away, and no one will ever know the truth.
Yes, unlucky you. Tomorrow you'll be executed, but it's for a good cause. This country needs strong leadership now, someone to guide the weak. And that's where we come in.
There was nothing personal in this, even though you almost sank our plans. But it turned out well. You were in the wrong place at the right time, and someone has to take the fall. Goodbye, Corvo. Take him back to his cell.
I'm so excited to take those guys down again.
This meal comes from a friend.
Thank you. Mortal. If you haven't already predicted it, for those of you who are already familiar, I'm a massive fan of The Outsider. Nom nom nom. Anonymous message. Corvo, who you are is irrelevant right now. Just know that we have faith in you. Here's the key to your cell. Once you're out, head for the prison's interrogation room. Take the explosive there and plant it on the outer door. When the bomb goes off, make for the river and lose yourself in the sewers. You'll find some useful gear stashed there. One of the prison guards will leave a weapon just outside your cell. And good luck. We need you alive and well for what's to come. I am going to be attempting a low chaos run. Though, given that I'm going to also be trying to do this without reloading every 15 seconds, maybe slightly more difficult. Showing how I can take down people stealthily, either lethally or non-lethally.
On account of Corvo, the one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter, Emily.
Y'all talking about me?
So it's an occasion. Right. A social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble Lord Protector get his head chopped off.
They're as bad as us betting on the dogfights.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crew, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
Not just I'm not going to be reloading every 15 seconds, doesn't mean I'm not going to still quick save every time I accomplish something. Though in case I do die, since this is very hard and combat is more lethal.
I can smell you from here.
I can smell you from here. Y'all should go get your eyes checked, because like I'm very clearly obvious through these grates. But, you know. Okay, now if you turn around.
No, stupid cut.
Oh, fuck me. I did say tempting.
Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel.
Okay, I am curious. Where do you go?
Dignitaries only.
Oh, I basically just make a giant U in this place. That's good to know. Hey, little rat friends. For those of you wondering, yes, I do make great use of the powers and abilities afforded to us in this game. Because why wouldn't I? Why shouldn't I? Oh man, I really wasn't super like... First, like, I was excited for this, but it's kind of just like, oh man, I'm excited to show off my favorite game, but having gone through the intro again, I'm like, oh, right. I have very strong opinions and want to do all sorts of things to the people. Jesus. To the people responsible for what's going on. Oh right, I guess I didn't hide those bodies. That's fine.
I'll flush you out.
Oh shit. Well, alright.
I know you're somewhere around here.
I knew that key, I forgot.
Won't stay hidden for long. He's here. Eat metal. Take that.
Oh, jeez, the key.
In the river.
Ugh. You know, genuinely speaking, myself, Liliana, I would have no problem just murdering all of the henchmen of those involved with this. However, unfortunately, I do have a little bit of, I suppose, meta knowledge with the fact that choices matter in this game a lot. And Emily ends up a lot better off if you're not a terrible role model. So, a good role model we shall be then. Because Emily deserves the best. Just in general. No specifics, no qualifiers. Emily just deserves the best.
Solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crew.
At least at this point, Emily Caldwin has done nothing wrong. People can make their own decisions and judgment calls about after the events of this game, but as of now, she's a child, and does not deserve the shit being done to her. Duty Officer's Report. Corvo's interrogation. Corvo Atano, formerly the Royal Protector, will be brought in for interrogation. This is of utmost importance. Lord Regent and High Overseer Campbell, both dickheads, will conduct the questioning themselves, follow their orders without hesitation, and keep the torture under control. If Corvo dies in his hands, instead of getting the public execution the Lord Regent wants, it'll be your head that rolls next.
Corvo's unconscious again, though he's taken more punishment than the two men we brought in for interrogation. When he wakes, we'll start again. Having him sign the confession for her murder isn't critical, but it might be useful to us later. The assassination of an empress is not a trivial matter.
I also will not be reading every book. I will pull them all up so people who want to can pause and read them, but I'm not going to be reading out loud every single one. This one is essentially about how children are taken to become part of the Abbey of the Everyman, the people who most of the people involved with this whole goings-on are involved with. I don't like the Abbey. Shocking, I know. A fiendling not liking something called the Abbey.
Sorry, not yet. I was gonna report that boiler leak from yesterday.
Forget it. Just do your rounds. The report's trouble for both of us.
I'm moving.
Oh, I do love when people slack. It makes my job so much easier.
Huh?
Yes, come back here.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crew, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Stupid god.
Okay, so there's 2 in here. Do I knock them out, or do I just go around them? That will be up to them now, won't it? Actually, no, I lied. Oh. Okay, so once you return to over there...
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Maybe wind or something.
What's the other lean button? There it is, okay. I thought I just hit that, but it didn't do it. Strange. I forget, can you see me like this?
Rats.
If you can, you are very unobservant. Sorry,
Stupid god.
I know lots of silence isn't the best. However, there are lots of interesting things that a lot of these people say, especially once I get the heart later. It's an item. So I do want to just... I don't want to cover up any of the wonderful world building that has gone on, because this game is full of it.
But everything has to be set up today.
And all of it's amazing.
Not everyone did, but I really like the Empress. Tell me again what you'll do if Slackjaw and his Bottle Street boys jump in.
Please, not now.
Baby boy, what's wrong? You okay?
Stupid goddamn.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Let's see if I can sneak out. Get a better angle on this guy. Oh, are you just staying there or are you patrolling? Okay, you're patrolling. I was gonna say, if you're just staying there, please, by all means, just stay there. That would make my job so much easier. But if you want to come this way, I won't mind.
Hey, I heard got eaten alive in cards.
You're such a choffer.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crew, unless accompanied by an officer of the walk. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
I really do rely so much on Blink. It's also going to be such a hard habit for me to break to not utter my own version of the incantation for Dark Vision. Which, fun fact, my DM and I homebrewed a version of Dark Vision, Dark Sight for D&D. Because it's such a wonderful spell, like it's such a wonderful concept, and it fits my character quite well. Being honestly a bit like Emily in the second. Well, that's spoilers. Oh, for fuck's sake. God, it's been a minute apparently. That or I'm too used to the later game's reach that you get.
Got you now. Dump you in the river. Dwarves!
Yes, I know, now let me move so I can actually counter-strike him. Alright. I do want to, move this along, because I don't want to take all day. This is supposed to be a shorter episode after all. That said, just because it's going to be a shorter episode does not mean I'm going to half-ass it, nor am I going to, not give this game its fair due. Wait, did they actually not see me this time? Oh no, they're shooting at me. Okay, cool. I was about to say, if y'all somehow didn't see me, I will be surprised. Wonderful, we are out of prison. And are now, well, I mean, we were already a fugitive. Now, even more so a fugitive from the law that, we upheld and everything. Dunwall Sewers. You have escaped Coldridge Prison with the help of hidden allies. If you can reach Rinhaven River, they promise to aid you in your next move. Dunwall Sewers. Now, I do intend...
Way out of the prison. I guess if you'll kill the Empress, we don't care about a few guards.
Shut up. Look at this stuff.
Oh yes, the rats.
Bottle Street gang, maybe. Watch for booby traps. Could be some down here by the look of it.
Good. If we're lucky, one of them will get Corvo.
You're afraid
Funny
of
you
him?
should mention that.
He's Sir Conan. It's all merchants and whores down there.
Kids like you never saw what he was like. I saw him fight 3 to 1 in the practice yard.
Yeah, so they mentioned the rat plague before. Another reason why I'm going to be trying to do a low chaos run, the more people you kill, the higher your chaos, the more rat swarms that there are. And as you can see, that's not ideal in the slightest. Like, actually, no, please? So, they started saying important things, or at least interesting things, albeit insulting things. I am going to be trying to do... I'm going to be getting all the secret things that at least I know about. Not everything is necessarily actually a secret, but I will be getting some things that are a bit out of the way. I don't know if they're actually necessarily a secret, but some fun extra supplies, some fun bits and pieces here and there. A couple of safe puzzles that I know the answers to. Again, this game is just, it's very good with environmental storytelling and setting things up for you to find and figure out. Sorry, my friend. Rest now. Just crank it up. There we go. Let's see. Nope, that can just go down. Yes, yes, yes. Death, plague, badness. Oh, wait, actually, you know, hold that thought. Let me return here because you could actually be very helpful. Also, there are, like, I guess, unspoken puzzles, I suppose. For example...
Aren't we supposed to load the bodies in the cars headed to the flooded district?
Yeah, but screw that. That's too far. I don't want to catch the plague. You? No.
Doesn't the elixir prevent it?
Maybe. Either way, let's just jump them down there. The rats.
Yeah, y'all aren't helping with the whole rat plague problem. So the problem here is I need to open that door. Those things will kill the fuck out of me quite readily. However, they do enjoy a nice corpse. So you give them some nice corpses to chew on. Oh, oops, that one was too far over. Any more? Nope, wonderful. Well, I'm too far now. Oh, cool. Yeah, y'all go get that. I'm going to try to get through here. Yeah, okay, cool.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible
Yeah,
for the murder
Corvo.
of our fair empress.
I didn't... Okay, I did murder a bunch of guards. Other than that, though, I didn't murder shit.
Escaped state custody. Several brave officers of the state are dead by his hand. He is to be captured or killed at any cost.
Yeah, that's, you know... Well, also, you know... All cops are bastards, so... Is he? No, technically no. He is a bodyguard to the Empress. He is not actually part of the military or law enforcement. I was about to be really upset if my opinion of Corvo was going to have to be, like, different. Okay, not really upset, but just, like... Oh shit, I forgot that was right there. Alright, that's the ledge. Okay, here we go. Maybe one will get Corvo. Well, congrats, it did, but it didn't kill me, so... You didn't really accomplish what you set out to there, my friend. Also, fun fact, so there will be lots of things that are like... Tivian, what's it? Or, you know, refined oil and whatever. But whenever I pick them up, they're just coins. It's to more or less simulate the fact that as soon as I get them, or rather whenever I return to base, a person there sells them and turns them into liquid assets so that we can fund our little operation. Greetings, Corvo, or should I say Lord Protector, as you were known before that title was wrongfully taken from you. Thank you, that's what I'm saying. We are servants of the Empire and of the true Empress, a group of loyalists who want very much to meet you. Take these weapons, crafted for you of the finest materials in the Isles, and meet with our man Samuel, near where these tunnels spill into Wrenhaven River. All haste and luck, we share a common purpose. Fun fact, cosplayers, of course, have actually replicated this sword. The one that I remember you rotate it out, and then to get it to collapse, there's like a trigger on the front of the handle that I think is based on the actual design. It's just hard to see because you don't see it in the animation. But there's a trigger that you press your fingers forward, and it causes the blade to release and sink in. It's really phenomenal. If you're the one who's made that and sees this, please feel free to, you know, tag yourself or whatever. I would love to see that again to figure out how it works. Might do some Googling after this. It is, of course, almost 4 AM, but that's rather beside the point. Alright. Jelly's share. Jelly, in case you're too daft to remember, look to your whiskey for the answer. Whiskey. Got it? If you want your share, you'll sort it out. If not, I'll come back for it next month. Okay, I also don't know why I went to my barbarian's accent. I have a barbarian Aarakocra who has a very shitty New York accent, because I can't do accents worth anything. I can do like affectations, and that's about it. Alright, look to your whiskey. 451. Yeet. Oh, wonderful, another health potion. So, in this game, we'll hear a lot of talk about elixirs and serums and whatnot. And there will be 2 that we'll find. I believe it's Pietro's spiritual elixir and Sokolov's health elixir.
Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take them.
They're both. Oh.
What if no one from the squad is around?
Then try to make a lot of noise with the guy. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard.
Both are supposedly cures or preventatives for the plague, the rat plague.
Smells like a dead weeper in here.
Ah, weepers. Poor bastards. Both elixirs, both the intent of curing or at least classy, my dude. Or at least preventing the plague?
Slip into the water, don't come out.
However... gosh, sorry. ADHD and also this guy being here. Both have the purpose of curing the plague. One, the red ones, much like expected, the health potions serve as the health potions, and the blue ones, the spiritual elixirs, as you also might expect, are the equivalent of mana potions. I forget what they actually call it, but... or the... I forget if they have a name for it. The, like, spiritual resource. But... I know how to do a drop assassination, okay? I have played this game more hours than some people watching this have probably been alive. Okay, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration.
Ha! You little bastard.
Okay, you're looking the other way, so this guy's going to take a nap.
Seen any more big rat swarms? Another night. Another patrol with you.
Is your back turned? Like, I know I'm kind of like the epitome of stealth, but my dude, you are blind as hell. If a 2x4 will stop you.
Ha! You little bastard.
You know what, maybe a different approach. Maybe I don't actually need to take out every single person who I get out of my way, or bypass. I enjoy doing that because then I can look around freely. However, I realize I maybe don't actually need to.
Keep skulking around.
Damn, y'all really reacted to that.
I'll get to the bottom of this.
Will you really though, little mortal?
Help me look.
Oh, fuck.
I gotta stop chewing hammerweed. Nothing here.
Okay, so your friends are over. Ah, motherfucker. Okay, fine. I'm just going to sneak over here. You know what? Let me get that bottle again. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to not, you know, reload so frequently. Which means, unfortunately,
What was that?
not making as many mistakes, hopefully. There you are. I was like, I know I saw some hemlock. Okay, you just stay there. Like a good little knocked out victim. You're one to talk, servant of the everyman. Pot calling the kettle black, calling something else filth. Though admittedly, perhaps you were pressured into it due to socioeconomic factors out of your control, in which case... Motherfucker! Well, now you're dead, so I don't really care. Oh, fuck me. Oh, well, alright, fine. Oh, you have a helmet on. Oh, what the... Man, this is not going great for me. Oh well. The outsider will make everything better. He always does. Man, I really do feel bad though. I normally don't kill all those guys, I normally just knock them the heck out. Sorry, y'all. It's here by the Ren Heaven I'll make my last home. It stinks to the void, but my grandmom's hagfish stew will drive the odor away. I remember sailing out on this river to get to the great ocean, that vast blinding light and blue water. I was a tender 15 and our nets were always full to bursting. The old days before everything went to shit. Anyway it goes, it's either the boots of the watch against my skull, the teeth of the rats on my bones, or the trembles of the plague all over my skin. Don't matter none to me. I hadn't thought about the implications, or, you know, the tone of, oh hey, can I collect that? I can! Wonderful. Thank you, game. You know, just the vibe of, hey, we're dealing with a plague right now. You and me both, buddy. You and me, the fuck both.
Responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Several brave officers of the state are dead by his hand.
Yeah, hush, hush, hush.
Over here. Quickly, I'm a friend. I'm Samuel, and I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. They said you'd come out here. I can still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Alright, sure. Let's see. Yeah. Though if I remember correctly, I don't think that first mission matters too much in terms of your overall chaos score, which is good. I mean, technically I shouldn't have worried so much about killing those people, however, it's good to set the tone.
This is the HARPOONER's pub, closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing.
The Lord Regent can do many things.
Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart. Take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Loyalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
Alright, that's very good to know. Though now that I'm thinking about it, as the Lord Protector, wouldn't I know this already? Well, I guess I would maybe know of these people. I don't know if I would know of their new rules in this situation. So, to clarify, since I did mention this, I'm going to try to, in general, keep these shorter. I'm going to get through this meeting, go through a little bit, basically meet the main characters, and then call it for this particular episode. The other ones should be shorter. There were just lots of cutscenes and whatnot.
Man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock, a true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the HARPOONER's pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
You know, now that I think about it, it's a little sus that they had all this so quickly ready to go in a matter of days.
And in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
I mean, I can't say no to that.
We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire,
mortals.
You should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes, Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
Alright. Okay, so probably the... Okay, not the one time. There are a couple things that I find fun that do require quick saving and quick loading. One of them is the fact that, for those of you who are curious and are like me and have to know, can you murder every NPC in this game? The answer to that is yes. The problem with that is you get a game over if you kill people in the Alliance. So, you can, but, you know. So, alright, talk to Piero, or Pietro. Pietro? Piero? I don't remember. One of the two.
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin. No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil is running. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. Oil's unstable. When it explodes, there's a terrible mess.
Sure. Sokolov technology and the new age. Basically, the cool thing is that all of the tech that Sokolov creates is made to use the same sort of socket used for whale oil tanks. So whale oil can be used to power all of them. Pietro's request denied. Pietro asking for expensive things to build things. A second solution from a series of newspaper articles from prominent natural philosophers by Piero Joplin. First little bit. So essentially, Piero is a little bit salty that other people are preferring the other competing formula for the plague preventative to his. A whale vivisection report. Whale oil processing. Oh man, that's so gnarly. Describes how they harvest whale oil. Yeah. Essentially just, hey, I can now get my own infinite supply of whale oil myself thanks to the Admiral.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time, and then observe them for years if need be, to see if the formulation of energetic substance is developed. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities, subject, and the necessary legal amnesty.
I don't think I'd ever fully... Like, okay, I have played this game a lot. But keep in mind, I say a lot. I've played this game basically since it like came out and just multiple times repeatedly over the years.
Perfect. Now plug it in.
So I've played it a lot. I haven't necessarily processed everything. I don't think I'd processed what that was just saying.
Mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face. But this mask will mean terror.
Iconic mask.
Just hold still. Fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? Send the lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
Okay, so just for those who, because he used lots of somewhat science bullshit words, for those who maybe didn't quite understand why I'm like, he basically said, well, people are saying that the reason whale oil is so useful as an energy source is because the whales need that to function deep underwater. So his thought process is essentially, if I put someone in a very, 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 very slow-acting pressure cooker, I should be able to see if they develop those same sorts of things, even if I have to do this over a period of years. And I'm sure the Empress would be happy to do it. I don't think you know Jessamine that well if you think that she'd do that. She's a much more humane Empress than that, I think, from all data we know. And second, what the hell? What the void? Jesus. That's... by the outsider, that's just obtuse. Upgrades, yes please. Let's see. I want... Let's see, how many do I have? I have 900 coins. Let's go bone charm capacity. Actually, okay, let's see. How much do things cost? Okay, yes, range. Oh, I should have looked at things better. I might investigate things more because I want that combat sleep dart. Again, I try to do this non-lethally.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can. Very well. You know best. Let me know if you need anything more.
Okay, will do. I'm just going to do a very quick run around. I actually might fast forward a little bit to where I go to sleep because the in-between won't be super important. What's going to be super important is going to be the dream that Corvo's about to have. Hey, Samuel.
I once served under Admiral Havelock. Captain Havelock then. I don't know if he remembers me, but I fear it's rude to ask. I don't want to embarrass him.
Mysteries of PANDYSSIA. Fun fact, if I remember correctly, PANDYSSIA is kind of the anomalous, weird magic shit comes from their type area. And there's a tabletop system very similar to Dishonored called Blades in the Dark. And they have a very similar region called TYVIA. Everyone who comes from there called TYVIA. In our campaign, the reason TYVIA has such weird shit happening to it is the fact that it's on basically the back of a massive Leviathan, which is that system's version of whales. Because it's not an exact one-to-one, but it's very close. For example, the main area, instead of being called Dunwall, is called Duskwall. Or Duskwall, depending on the person you ask. Oh. What?
You've met Piero. Good. You'll want to get some rest now.
Don't know what the heck that was, but okay. Yeah, I'm gonna rest. Calm your horses. That was a combination of calm your tits and hold your horses, just for everyone who's confused. Including myself. Because, why? I don't need a lot of things. Oh, I have enough. Wonderful. Apologies for the slight nausea. Chain navigation is always a bit rough. Oh, Piero.
Tell me what I can make for you.
You look so haughty right now. Not hot, haughty. There are many characters in the series I would thirst after. Piero, not one of them. Like, you're very cool, you're very smart. And honestly, maybe. However, that audiograph is, to say it the least, disturbing as hell. I do appreciate a brilliant individual, though.
Is the man dangerous?
Yes, very much so, but no need to fear. He is here to work with our masters.
People say he killed the Empress.
People are fucking wrong.
People are foolish and believe whatever they're told.
Okay.
River traffic is forbidden from landing at...
Yeah. Everyone should look up, by the way, if you haven't already. Everyone should look up Drunken Whaler. Wonderful song. Bit from the, Abbey of the Everyman. And its shtick. Shadow of Bitterleaf. Excerpt from a play. First little bit. Oh, actually, no, this is the entire thing, just... Oh, this is essentially like, Okay, so that's basically just this universe's version of the Lusty Argonian Maid. Wonderful. A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 2. A Gaffer's Final Passage. First little bit. The rest of that bit. Again, I'm not going to be reading all of those, but I will be putting them up on the screen, and hopefully long enough that people who want to can easily pause it and read them without me having to slow down the whole video. I also realize that I have now done enough that I won't be able to just fast forward through all of this, but that's fine. I believe there's some information around here. Same book as last time. Admiralty and the Fleet. Oh, so the prequel to the Gaffer's Tale books. So first little bit. The rest of this part. Have locked entry 1. Has open days. Okay, so this has been set up for a little bit, so I've been interrogated for a little bit. That's good to know. Basically, they're getting a little bit paranoid about the delivery of weapons. Audiograph.
Log entry 1-4. Seems we have moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. Pendleton's voting block and my military connections. All we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. N-bomb. Is this off? Switch.
Amazing. So we'll find out more about these people as the days go on, because every time, I believe, there are various audio logs and things to find.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which, Wallace, please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
Oh no, poor you. Nobleman, who apparently drinks a lot now that I look at this, who, you know, isn't living the super soft life anymore. My drow noble would be disgusted with you. She also is in a similar situation of no longer living the comfy life, because her place is also racked by plague. Her solution, though, is to, you know, not be a little bitch and just actually go and do something about it. Which is an attitude that I very much so try to emulate in my own sense of self. Alright, the dream. Oh, hey, a coin. I'll go to sleep now. Somewhere else. Home. The void. God, I love this place. The void is just amazing.
Hello, Corvo. Hello. Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world, great forces that we can call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power, my gift to you.
Thank you.
Come find me.
I love the Outsider so much. So, I will say, yeah, Blink. Blink is exactly as you would think. I will say, just as a point of note, to get this out of the way, because I am, as some would say, an Outsider fangirl. Yes, I am aware that the original voice actor, the person who we'll be hearing out throughout this game, apparently is not so great a person. There's some dispute over the specifics, but actually I don't think I actually need to do that. Okay, nope, I was wrong. Anyway, so I am aware that he is, you know, not the best person and has done some things that are very much so not in line with my way of looking at the world. However, I still enjoy this performance, and don't let his terribleness spoil one of my favorite characters of all time for me. Fall letter. You cannot save, 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 you cannot save. I'm about to kick some people's ass. Emily's letter. Corvo, I am very sad they say that you're dead like Mother, but I'm going to put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river, because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange. I do not like it, so please come for me if you can. Have I realized you could read that in the past? I don't know if I could. You can... Oh, I'm going to take such pleasure in ruining the lives of everyone. I forgot the button for a second. So, my mouse has 3 buttons, left, right, and left click, right click, thumb, or ring finger. I'm used to power things being ring finger, but Dishonored is slightly different, so that is not the case. But I'm so emphatically eager to take revenge on the people who did this to Emily and Jessamine. Do you have anything interesting to read, or are you just sitting around being a jerk? The piece of slime I saw at the beginning. Hey look, tall boys! Poor Weepers. Weepers are so... A bit of lore that, as much as I do love this game, is never quite explained, as far as my knowledge goes, is that, for some reason, at some point in the infection of the plague, in the, latest stage, insects suddenly, spawn and take up residence inside the infected's body? And I forget if it's at this stage or the stage before, they start crying blood constantly.
Your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands. With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
Alright, that reminds me of a thing I want to make. Equipping the heart in your left hand helps you to locate bone charms or runes even through walls. The heart beats and lights up when you are facing a bone charm or rune, and it beats faster as you get closer. The heart will whisper secrets if you press left click while targeting a person or location. Okay. I am going to maybe fast forward through this part, depending on the results. I'll be maybe right back. Okay, so we're back. I ended up not being able to do the thing. I was curious if I could get back to the other areas so I could click on those people in this specific state with the heart. I could not. Let's see what it has to say about the void. Also, pay attention to the voice.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning.
Sound familiar?
All of time's meaningless here. Neither seconds, nor centuries. Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky.
Jessamine, you deserved better than to become an arcane plaything. As much as I love the outsider, Jessamine deserved better.
The one who walks here is all things. Cradle songs of comfort and bones gnawed by teeth.
That is accurate. And yes, I said Jessamine because we heard her say all of 5 things, but
this is the place from which those who dabble in black arts draw their power. And this place is their doom.
It's only their doom if they don't know how to do it properly, darling. But yes, the heart has Jessamine's voice.
the great age ending.
And you can make of that, it having Jessamine's voice, what you will. Pardon me. Yeah, let's be real, I'm going with dark vision. Essentially lets me see people through walls and also lets me see their cones of vision. And if I upgrade it further, it'll let me see things like monetary, like valuable items, keys, also traps, security devices, weapons, etc. And also it has a wonderful little sound. Oh wait, hold that thought.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
It has a particular sound that is actually just gibberish, but everybody hears something different. Personally, I always hear either "the hounds have eyes" or "1,000 eyes." Hence why I use it. Also, he had to die, also an option. So, I do have all the DLC, so there are a variety of things, of knickknacks here. I'm just going to cut to the end once I've picked it up. Alright, and welcome back. So, we got a bunch of different bone chimes. Fun fact with these are randomly, I don't know about these particular ones you get, but in general, bone chimes you find out and about are randomized, so that whenever you find them, they're not always going to be the same ones every playthrough. The ones I currently have equipped are Void Channel, which makes the powers I use slightly more effective. White Rat's Friend, White Rats won't attack me. Quick Dodge makes enemies miss me with arrows and bolts. River Affinity makes me swim faster. Good Lungs lets me breathe, like hold my breath longer underwater. Delicate Touch lets me break glass a little bit more quietly. And Voyeur lets me look through keyholes and have a slightly better effect. Now, I haven't read the various books that were accompanied by these items, so I will go ahead and pull these up real quick so those who want to read them can. Excerpt from the Ramblings of Street Denizen, the Journal of Granny Rags. It's the first little bit. Second little bit. Oh geez. The third bit, apparently. And the fourth bit. Okay, so there's just a little bit more on that bit. Granny Rags is a fascinating character and I love her story. Early life and criminal record, Slackjaw. Excerpt of a series of letters sent by a member of the Bottle Street Gang. So, here's the first bit. Here is the second bit. Here is the third bit. Here is the fourth bit. Here's the fifth bit. Dang, there's a lot about Slackjaw. I forgot how long this was. The sixth bit. And the last bit. Field survey notes, The Royal Spy. Excerpt from the personal memoirs of Hiram Burroughs, dated several years earlier. Actually, I don't remember this one, so We'll read along a little bit together. Progress continues on the suppression of gang activity in the distillery district, but more slowly than I'd expect. The ruffians operating there have been cunning, I'll grant them that, but it's only a matter of time. I'll see their leaders flogged in public and sent beneath the royal executioner's blade. If I had my way, that mute bastard would be working night and day, removing the heads that need removing. Internally, the Empress does not seem pleased with my investigations. It seems that it is beyond her thinking, against her very nature as a trusting person, to believe that traitors move among us, but I know that they do. They must. No, Jessamine would rather spend her time with the royal protector. At least he's likely to stop any immediate threat to her safety, but a strong arm is not what's needed against those who would undermine us. How will Corvo's sword stop a poisoned wine glass or an explosive delivered by courier? It will not. There are many threats around us, threats requiring meticulous efforts to police. Young Lady Emily is undisciplined, I'm afraid. Here within Dunwall Tower, she receives instruction from the finest tutors known in the Isles, yet her mother spoils her, and so she spends most of her time lost in imagination, wasting her time drawing or asking Corvo to teach her how to fight with wooden sticks. The girl might rule the Empire someday. Every moment spent at play is a moment wasted. Shoring up security for the main gate leading into Dunwall Tower has been another pet project of late. To think that back in his day, Emperor Caldwell left it open to the public during the day, allowing anyone to come and go as they pleased. Now, if it were up to me, I'd seal off access to the streets entirely, but the Empress won't hear of it. The waterlock is much easier to protect, and if it were the only way into the tower, traffic in and out would be greatly reduced. Someday, the wrong person is going to slip in, and we'll suffer for it, mark my words. No amount of security is excessive when it comes to protecting the heads of state. The Empress also disapproves of my plans for the Sokolov devices. Sokolov himself has no interest in security, of course, but he's vain and therefore keen to see his inventions deployed in any fashion. This wall of light he's been tinkering with has promise. In any case, at least I will be able to convince the Empress to upgrade the pistols carried by the officers of the watch. Why do I worry so when no one seems to care? If I ever fall asleep, will it all sink into the ocean? Will the rough things clamber over the walls and fill themselves on our flesh? Is this what I see in the same dream several times each month? If only I had... Oh, this is what I see when I... This is what I see in the same dream several times each month. If only I had more say in things, more authority, I could protect us all. Perhaps I have been working too hard. Dinner and an evening of conversation with a certain lady of refinement might be in order. Perhaps somewhere nice in the estate districts. Here I am, Burroughs, Royal Spy Master. Royal Dick. Rumors and sightings. Dowd. Excerpt from an Overseer's Covert Field Report. I won't read this one, for reasons. So this will be the first section. Second segment. Third segment. And the last bit. Alright. So, that is going to be all for this episode, darlings. I am so incredibly excited to see how everyone takes this series. It's one of my favorite series of all times. Scrap that bit. So this is where I'm going to call it this time, darlings. I'm very excited to do this playthrough. This is one of my favorite series of all times. I am going to be playing all three games, Dishonored, Dishonored 2, and Dishonored Death of the Outsider, in sequence, in the same style, an episode per, or one mission per episode. Again, with the first episode's probably a bit longer due to the fact that there's going to be more in the intro and then the first little segments, but then once we get into it, it's going to be a mission per episode. So, thank you all so much, and now it's time for some special thanks. A special thanks to Darius, the first of my horde of Abyssians over on Ko-fi. If you'd like to be on this roster, go over to my Ko-fi and check out the different offerings options. The benefits range from early releases, turning over your immortal soul, choosing characters for me to cosplay, personalized self-care messages, and much, much more. Each and every one of you are very important, and thank you so much for watching, and until next time, don't forget to hydrate, masticate, and medicate, and I will see you, darlings, in the next video.